Did I say that out loud while I'm live? Oh, shit. Oh, my printer and I, we don't get along very well. It's all good. Maybe we shouldn't broadcast this on YouTube. This might not be one for the record keeping. It gets warm over here with the lights and the phone, and I don't want my phone to overheat, so I got to turn on the AC. Okay. Is that a good way to start? Is that a good way to start a YouTube for the record? I'm not sure. I will probably delete this video, but it seems like YouTube is not letting me shut off the video. Um, oh well. So last week I did much better. I'm having trouble with my printer, as you may guess. I did some of these for Whatnot VIP, B Roman. The colors were much more vibrant than this lousy printout. Thanks, printer. I also finished off B Roman's jam piece last week. I started the jam piece with some Spidey image and some web borders and various artists, Gary Shippen and Fee and Sukesha Ray filled in the blanks that I designed, and then B. Roman sent this back to me to finish off. So since they're all goblin villains, I just thought it might be cool to have some Spidey sense action going on there in the color. And then, of course, the tour de force of last week was the dork. Crazy dork, my first dork ever drawing for VIP B Roman. Thank you, bud. Appreciate it. And then we've got brand new VIP Tricks who just joined us last week. Let me adjust the. There we go. Hopefully, you guys can see what's going on. Give me a second here. Hold on. Still have that weird thing going. Looks like Whatnot changed their interface on the laptop again. So this one was done for Tricks, brand new, fresh VIP in the stream. Asked for this 2 figures plus background plus color. It's a lot of fun there. I like how the figures came out very much, and I like the color choice that I picked for the background. Helps the figures pop. Came out really well. Thanks to Tricks, VIP Tricks for the gig, and B Roman for the several gigs. Came out well. The reason why I printed these out mostly is for me to take notes, because I had quite a bit of trouble with the Whatnot packaging. Wanted to send this via priority mail. But the Whatnot wouldn't allow me. My 2 choices were priority flat rate and ground. So I didn't want to send it either way because straight priority mail should have been cheaper than uh, flat rate. Um, Tricks, if you're in the room, I'm probably going to send you a text um, if you're not in the room. Um, this should have been cheaper for you than the priority flat rate number. Um, so send it by ground. Um, I actually had to dig up a packaging. I've got a storage unit wall that's dedicated to priority mail, no flat rate boxes. I got stacks. I must have about 400 boxes of straight priority mail, non flat rate boxes. I don't have hardly any boxes for ground. I would have to purchase boxes for um, the ground rate postage. So that's going to raise the costs on my end, which I'm going to add to your end because um, I, I I don't want to pay for postage products. So I would rather use this priority mail packaging because A, I've got tons of it, and B, it's free. Okay, so I get into contact with Whatnot tech support. I don't want to send this package either by ground or by flat rate priority. I want to send it this way. So I asked test support. This took at least 2 days worth of process. So I go into my settings and I set the default for priority mail. But I would love to have these other two options because, the size and weight of my items differ from one item to the other. They're not all one size fits all kind of packaging. So I would love to have these options available to help you guys save time. However, I did go into my settings and set my default for just regular priority mail, not flat rate priority mail. I'm not like a bulk seller. I don't sell 100 bulk boxes. I send different pieces of art. I send Funko Pops. I send prints, which are 11 by 17, which are large. So I have a lot of different sizes. Just the same, I went and decided to set my default for priority mail, not flat rate, just priority mail. This should be cheaper for 90% of you guys, but if it's not, please let me know in the future. So I'm trying to send this item. My only choices are ground and priority. And then it says this item was canceled. I wish I had taken a screen grab. And so I'm pretty certain that this item wasn't canceled. I didn't cancel it. I have confirmation from from Whatnot tech support that this item was not canceled. So I created a label for it. And now suddenly a priority mail option label becomes available to me, even though I've already packaged it for ground with a brown box wrapper. So screw Whatnot for the confusions. Um, Hopefully, Trix is in the room and will please let me know that the item arrived in a timely manner and in good shape because I pack my items very well. Okay, now, second problem is with B Romans. B Roman ordered 1, 2, 3 items. Where's the other one? What happened to the orders? B. Roman ordered 3 items. Okay, so Whatnot does not allow me to bundle the 3 items. It only allowed me to bundle 2 items. So I'm writing these just for my own records, for my own notes, and then you guys can go gaga over the pictures while I'm writing notes. Okay, Whatnot would not allow me to bundle all 3 items. Whatnot would not allow me to send this priority mail, which I would prefer to do because, in my eyes, even if it's 1 day faster, that's one less guy who's got his paws all over your package. Okay, so here's what happened. So I bundled all 3 items physically. Is B Roman in the house? Because I gotta send B Roman a text if he's not in the room. Physically into one package. Then had to go by ground, which I did not want to do. But I happened to have a box which conveniently fit all 3 items very comfortably and with a lot of great packaging for protection. So I did send it by ground. Plus, I sent an envelope with a sticker in it because Whatnot would not allow me to bundle all 3 items into one package. So I bundled 2 into one via Whatnot's terms and then had to send an envelope with a sticker in it. Hopefully, this doesn't cost B. Roman a lot of money for an envelope, but I would love to follow up with this. As the second package. Okay, so we want to follow up with B. Roman to see how much the envelope cost because it was sent via ground. Sending an envelope via ground mail, I'm not sure that's the same as just like a stamp or not. I don't know if just a stamped envelope is considered ground mail. I don't know. I'm still learning. Whatnot's not making it any easier. This cost me probably at least 2 days of correspondence. I think things might be cleared up. But if they're not, like I said, I'd like to follow up with Trix and B. Roman. Okay. So, just trying to work with the nonsense that is Whatnot postage. Let's see. Anything else going on? Ainge says they would have had to buy them all at the same time and then you can send them all together. They did buy them all at the same time. To my memory, they were all bought on the same day. As it says, you can send priority mail, you, the buyer, have to eat that money. Such a joke. That is odd. Sorry, you can send priority mail, you, the seller, have to eat that money. Oh, okay. It's the new Whatnot shipping. Everything is going ground now. Sucks. Shipping never gets refunded unless buyer says something to Whatnot. I don't know what that means. Shipping never gets refunded. I'm not talking about refunding shipping. I'm talking about um, the rates. We want to make sure that the rates are friendly. In other words, is sending an envelope via ground mail, how much does that cost? Is ground mail considered a stamped envelope as well? I'm not asking about refunding. I'm just trying to find out what the best way to send stuff is. So this one showed up canceled. Then when I when I actually made the package, when I actually printed the label, the label didn't say ground anymore. It said priority. It didn't say flat rate priority. It didn't charge me any extra. I don't know what the F happened. I have no idea. I can guess. I can only guess that in the day that I was wrestling and trying to contact Whatnot, that when I changed my settings, that affected this package. And so why it says canceled, uh, I, I, I think I got an email from Whatnot explaining why, but I forgot what the answer was. But I do remember Whatnot. There is there is a Whatnot email confirmation in my possession that this item was not canceled. So I sent it out yesterday, and I sent B Romans as well. Okay. So nothing wrong with my packaging, folks. I pack items very well. So if these packages are lost or manhandled, that ain't on me, man. Okay, next. Whatever the flat price they paid initially goes by the default. So the envelope is the same price they paid regardless of what it's shipped in. Now that sucks. Based on what the buyer paid, based on your default settings for weight. Then then hopefully B Roman saved on the larger package, which had 3 items in it instead of 2. The weight was adjusted by me. I should write this down too. So, if envelope, so in other words, I changed the weight of the third item. I changed the weight of the envelope to 1 ounce. If B Roman pays more than that, then hopefully the weight of the second package, which contains all of the items, will make up for the extra paid by the third by the envelope package. And hopefully the weight of the second package will be less than, I don't know how to describe this. The total weight of the second package and the first will be less than less with the envelope. As the seller, you can go into the presets and change settings for flat rate mailers, but you, the seller, have to pay the shipping difference. So far, that hasn't popped up. Thank you, Acid, for your experience and your advice. And thank you, Ange, as well. Since you adjusted, maybe they refunded him. I don't I I don't know what to say, but I know that this is a high ticket item, and I don't give this away for free. So I have a confirmation email from Whatnot. I wouldn't have sold this. I wouldn't have sent this otherwise. There is a Whatnot email confirmation that this item was not canceled. Ah, once default is still $4 because the default is 12 by 12 by 12. It's so stupid, I know. It's basically the cheapest option Whatnot offers. So if an envelope with a sticker in it is a flat rate $4, then hopefully the second package, which contains 3 items, he'll be Roman will be paying for 2 items, but he gets a third one in the package. Does that make sense? I don't know if it makes sense. I don't know if this evens out or not. It's very difficult to put into words for me what's going on. I hope it sounds like I'm getting across because you guys have some advice and comments. Okay. Thanks to Acid and Age for checking in with me. So yeah, I had an item stolen in Fan Expo Boston. It's CGC Signature Series graded 9.9 of my creator-owned book, New Zodiacs Aquarius. These are the this is the serial number on it, 43455910003. I won't dwell on this a lot. This will probably be the last time I'll mention it on the stream. But as an update, I called the cops. The convention center legal department. I was talking to the security department that looks at camera footage, security camera footage, and all that kind of stuff. I was corresponding with that gentleman, and I got a response from the legal department of the convention center saying that they have no information about the theft of this item. So I called the police and they say I have to come in to file a report. So I will do that. CGC specifically requests a police report in order to record this as a stolen item. So I'm going to follow the CGC trail and see where that goes. When I get some free time, I'm going to drive down to South Boston and I'm going to file a police report on this stolen item. Okay, so that's where we're at. So maybe the police will be able to jump in on the convention center security cameras. So this is the serial number for the stolen item. I also checked the CGC population on my account. I did a search, and there were 3 of these items graded 9.9. Until Fan Expo Boston, I owned all 3. Now I own 2. The third one is stolen. The 2 that I own are not going anywhere. They're not going to be circulated. I'm not even going to share them as display like I was doing with this one. So if you see a CGC 9.9 anywhere in your travels, please share with your friends. This is a stolen item. It's the only one of its kind in the wild, and it's stolen. So please let your friends know, share it on your socials. Follow me here on Whatnot. Follow me here on Instagram. I'm almost at 3,000 followers on Instagram. That's a true landmark for me because every time I look at my Instagram, my followers are going backwards. So if we can crack 3,000, that would be a landmark for me. Years in the making. I don't lose sleep over not having 3,000 followers, but it's perfectly fine. And also, you can find me on YouTube. All right, let's do some drawing. Any further comments? There has to be video, says Oakman. I don't see why there wouldn't be, especially considering that my excellent friend Ian Chase Nichols and my other friend Don Wynn also had items stolen. We were in the same aisle. I find it hard to believe there's no camera footage. Call me crazy, but like the legal department says, they didn't find anything. It also doesn't look good for the facility, if stuff is stolen at their facility, so I can see why they might want to protect their butts. And I did get advice from the security guy not to go to the police until they had footage. So he kind of hinted to me that there's footage available. Um, just the same, I'm going to file a police report as soon as I get a free day. Okay, moving forward. Oak Man says, between what time it occurred? Yeah, it was somewhere in the middle of the day, noon to 2:30 ish. The guy who did it was kind of 5'5" or shorter. He was a tiny guy, a mousy brown hair. I saw him reach up in my peripheral vision. He may have been working with 1 to 3 other people because there were 2 people at my table. Let's see if you can see this. We'll review. This is my table. There's a giant stone column here supporting the building. I'm standing here. There were 2 guys in the center, like looking through my stuff, looking through portfolio. Young lady comes over here. She's probably young 20s tops, very young. African American, also very tiny. She comes over. She's got a sketchbook full of drawings. And she's like, "Can you give me some advice?" So I move over this way to accommodate her. I see this dude over here. He reaches up. This is my rack with comics and CGC 9.9s right on the top rack. Okay, so I move over here. Out of my peripheral vision, I see this guy reach. And he had to reach because he was short. So I saw him reach out of my peripheral vision. But I thought, I've never had any trouble at a show in 30 years. He'll just put it back. He just wants to look at it, whatever. So I'm helping this girl with her sketches, giving her prose advice because I'm such a great teacher. And then I turned back and the guy, I would swear the guy was still there. And I said, "Thanks for waiting. Do you need anything?" That kind of thing. Um, so it's not till the end of the day on Saturday that I discover the 9.9 is missing. This guy took it. There's no doubt in my mind. So the idea that there wouldn't be footage of this guy or Ian's table, which was probably a little further down, one, two, three, maybe about 6 or 7 tables down this way, and then Don's, which is even further. The idea that there's no camera footage of this is not credible to me. But I don't know much about security for convention centers. Okay, moving on. I don't think the cops are going to look at video footage. If this item shows up in any investigation, then you may get it back. Yeah, that's the other thing too. If it's reported stolen and and they happen to come across some stuff in their records, they'll have a report, right? So I'd like to plant that seed as well. Has to be the same guys with all the thefts. There's really no doubt in my mind. Although Don said there was um, a white girl who was asking advice at his table. So once again, I'm not accusing these people of anything because I didn't see them steal anything. But this kind of thing, you know, they're probably working together, is my point. I agree that it's probably the same people. They just went on a little spree, see if they could have some fun, and then scored. So okay, and that's all for that. So please share with your friends in the comic world, your retailer friends, your police friends, your just comic friends in general, and let's find the culprits. That would be awesome. I agree with Daytona that, if the item is reported, that it may turn up in another investigation or another case of some kind. And if the system works properly, at least that way I have a chance of getting the item back. So, yeah, there's only three of them in existence, the CGC population. I saw the entire print run because I'm the publisher. So I submitted the ones that I thought were 10 candidates, right? 10.0 mint condition candidates. I got a lot of 9.8s. I got three 9.9s. I'm the guy who owns the three 9.9s. Nobody else does. There's not another 9.9 out in the world, according to CGC at this moment. So if you see a 9.9 New Zodiac's Aquarius, it's stolen. Okay, let's do some drawing. I was working on a Wolverine that I dug. Will I be able to find it? So I guess 30 years on and off at conventions and having no thefts. I suppose that's a good record. I don't know. Maybe you guys out there who are pros can share your experiences. Not many pre-done commissions left after the last 3 weeks, but here's a few. This one here, I think I'm going to take, I forget whose advice it was, but we're going to have Last Ronin. I'm going to make this whoever the last Ronin guy is, and then put his three ghost brothers in the background, make it kind of like a haunting, kind of dark piece. I think that would help this one sell. But if anybody's interested, I'll take $50 off. Uh, Headshots are only $100 here on Whatnot. Let me know if you're interested, and I'll throw it up there. Let's see what else we got. We're looking for Wolverine. While I was on Spidey 2099 for Marvel Comics, I co-created several villains. This is one of them. His name is Travesty. He's kind of like a genetic mutate, kind of like the Hulk with some tentacles on his head. Um, this is single figure is 150 here on the stream. Additional figure is 100. This is 250 here on the stream. If you were to meet me at Fan Expo Boston or Plastic City last weekend, this would be $300. So take advantage of the fact that I'm working out of my home studio and save some money. Here's another Spider-Man 2099 villain I co-created. His name is Pack Rat. He's kind of like a Mad Max scavenger type character from the future. That's our boy, Spidey 2099, 250 here on the stream. If you're interested, let me know. Got to check Facebook Marketplace and the Bay. I have alerts on the Bay. I have yet to get to Facebook Marketplace yet. I don't see the value adding up for the cops to be vested in it unless there was massive theft reported at the event or the value of the books worth several $1,000s. Yeah, whatever. We gotta report it. Just I feel compelled to report it just the same. They may do nothing. We don't know how many items were stolen, but if several people filed police reports from the same event, there may be a number or a, a marker bell that rings that brings attention to it. Here's a Deadpool projectiles, all kinds of stuff getting fired upon him, including a hot dog and a tomato. Not just bullets. Not everybody likes Deadpool, as you can see. And no, it's not just me throwing things at him. This is 250 here in the stream. Anybody interested? Let me know. I'll launch it. Jam Piece Starter Upper featuring Spidey. Get some of your favorite artists to fill in the spaces that I've designed in the web pattern. This is 150 here in the stream. Cyclops, badass. Cyclops, very cool. Love this character. Well, probably my favorite X-Man. Um, this one's 150, single figure 150 here on the stream. Let me know if you want me to run them. You can also go into the buy it now. I think they're all in there. I'm not sure. Let me check. Is Cyclops in the buy it now? He is not. So let me know if you're interested in Cyclops. Is the Spidey Jam in the buy it now? Um, no, but let me know if you're interested in that one. How about Deadpool projectiles? Deadpool projectiles is in the bin. It's number 206. Is the turtle in the bin? Yes. $100 black and white headshot. I'm not sure what the value of Ian's sketch is. I know what price I would take for this, although I can't prove its worth because I own the only three. I own the only three items graded 9.9. So there hasn't been a sale on this particular item, but there are plenty of sales of 9.9s, and they run the gamut. Holy cow! I did some eBay research on 9.9 sales, and they can run pretty low. I know the price that I would start to consider, and it's nowhere near $50. So, anybody interested in this? I'll run this as an auction. What do you say? Let's run an auction. Let's see if he's even here. Oh, not there. Okay, let's add. So I'm planning to add like a sentinel's body or head wreckage in the background. 100 bucks for a headshot, but this is head plus hand, so we'll do something between the two. Say 125. Let's say 175. It's half a background, so we'll say 175 for Wolverine. Boom, 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 boom. If you guys are interested in a commission of your own that's not this, you're certainly welcome to check out the bin. items that begin with 100 prefix code are all custom commissions done by me right here on the stream. Okay, start auction. We'll do an auction for 5 minutes. This is probably about an hour away from being done, so feel free to grab it now and watch me finish it for you. And you can tell all your friends, hey, look at this guy's doing a drawing for me while I'm finishing it. Or you can wait till it's done and I'll run it again. Are you going to Granite City? I am not going to Granite City. Are you going to Granite City, Daytona? Granite State, right? I am on the waiting list at Granite State. Most likely. Because you're a Turtles guy too, right? Not just the G.I. Joe guy. You're a Turtles guy. What a lovely bunch of characters your generation got. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the G.I. Joe, the Transformers. What a bunch of great cartoons slash toy slash game properties, video games. There must have been a G.I. Joe video game, wasn't there? My last big toy slash comic fun time was Micronauts. You what not whippersnappers, you don't know who the Micronauts are. I'm on vacation and there are a ton of turtles and the guy that created role playing games for Robotech and TMNT. Oh yeah, I met that guy last year. He was great. He's a nice guy. Um, he was so cool. I think he introduced the turtle creators to the gaming people. Right? I'm going blank on his name. I know his name, but I'm going blank on it. He was a very cool guy. He was. You could tell he was very proud of being part of Turtles history. And he probably made some decent money off the Turtles too, because I think he may have been one of the producers of the game. I was going to get a video game signed and graded, but CGC doesn't do a signature series for video games. Kevin Samiba, first person to get TMNT property. Um, I guess I don't remember his name. Sorry, Kevin. I think I would remember Kevin, but because Kevin Eastman, you get another Kevin in the mix. Um, but I probably met Kevin. He's probably the guy I met last year. Very nice guy. If I remember right, he's doing another Turtles game, right? A minute left to grab your own Wolverine drawing. Reprint slash update to the game. Aha. I had my TMNT rulebook signed by Eastman last year. The book is all original art. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Like the only place you can see these illustrations is in the game. That's kind of fun. There is a show in New Hampshire that I'm going to. Let's see, what's the name of that show? Also, there's a show here in Danvers, Massachusetts that I'm going to. That's October 9th and 10th. Also, there's Wicked Con. I think that's the weekend before uh, the Danvers show. It's called the Southern New Hampshire Comic Bash. And it's, I think it's the first Saturday in October, and then Wicked Con is the first Sunday. I guess those guys work together. They know each other. Randy and Bob. I've known them both for a long time, over somewhere around 10 years. I was going to have Kevin sign that. Kevin Siembetta, and a Robotech role playing book. Very cool. Robotech, that's another one your generation had. I grew up on the awesome Mego figures and the GI Joes, which were the Megos were 8 inches, and the GI Joes were 12 inches, and oh my God, countless hours with those. And then once the Star Wars Kenner figures popped in, and they were like this small, and they moved at the shoulders up and down, and that's it. And their legs barely moved. I was like, these are cheap. These are cheesy. Probably saved me a lot of money and saved my parents a lot of money, more importantly, because if they were, if the Star Wars figures looked like the Mego figures, I probably would have gone bananas and had to have them all. As it is my brother Chris, he was into the Kenner Star Wars stuff, and so by proxy, I got hours of fun with his Star Wars figures. Oh yeah, you guys had He-Man, Merman, Man at Arms, Jawman. Trap Jaw, something like that, right? Trap Jaw, huh? Okay. When you've got multiple GI Joes and multiple Transformers and multiple He-Man characters, you get this you get to understand how some of their names were kind of beat up. Tra- Trap Jaw, thanks. Look, his jaw is a trap. Let's call him Trap Jaw. What's the other character's name? I forget them. Wolf Boy or Wolf Man. Oh, he's a wolf. Great. So this guy, this transformer, this robot turns into a jet. Let's call him Jetstream. Okay. You get the sense they're not spending a lot of time on cool names. But look at the Micronauts. Biotron. How cool is that? That's a cool name. Microtron, his younger, smaller brother. Very C3PO R2D2 vibe. Um, Pharoid. Mentos. A Croyer, those were cool. It was like a race of warriors. Baron Karza, now that is a cool name. Force Commander, that is a very cool name. Name Send me out some cool names of GI Joe characters besides Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, or Transformers names besides Optimus Prime. That's a pretty cool name. Or He-Man. Even He-Man's not really a cool name for a character. It's kind of lazy. G.I. Joe was like that. They created so many characters, they started running out of ideas. They started using their likeness and name characters with variants of their names. Yeah, like the guy who drove the Jeep, they called him Jeepy, right? One guy's name is Tank because he drove a tank. And one guy's name is Rocket because he shoots a rocket launcher. You know, come on. But hey, it's for kids. Kids don't know. Ron Rodat was the character art designer. He would use Hasbro's likeness for characters. Hasbro's employees, you mean? His co-workers? Ron himself is Leatherneck, and Dusty's last name is Tudor. You mean Tudor is like Rodat, like a, a rejiggered Rodat for Tudor? Ron Rodat is a cool name for a character. Why didn't they use Ron Rodat? Ron, it's okay. You can use your name. Although I suppose Hasbro would want to own his name, right? That could be a problem. Ron Rodat. That's such a badass name. Ron Rodat, Executioner. Ron Rodad, have gun, will travel. That is a cool name. He spelt his name backwards. Yeah, that's what I figured you were getting at. Mhm. He could have spelled his name forwards and it would have been cool. They didn't get all the way down the ladder, though. We got to have a janitor who cleans up after everybody's mess. Mm, 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 mm. Mhm, mhm, mhm. It's pretty wild that there was actually a cartoon of Rambo. That just seems completely like a really bad idea. In the 60s, they had superhero characters like Spider-Man and Batman and Aquaman. Hanna-Barbera had their own characters called Space Ghost and Birdman and Galaxy Trio, and they were pretty violent. Johnny Quest. They were pretty violent. Guys getting, I mean, guys getting injured fatally on camera, on the regular. But lots of action, which I loved. I loved those cartoons when I was a kid. But apparently, moms didn't like their kids watching this stuff, so they actually got together and formed a group, and Hanna-Barbera started taming their cartoons down. That's why you see Super Friend episodes where Batman takes a guy out with his bat glue gun. It's really silly stuff like that. So when the Rambo cartoon came out in the 80s, I would imagine the moms groups around the moms groups probably called out a 5 alarm fire to get Rambo off the air, seeing that all Rambo movies are rated R, and now you're gonna do a cartoon for afternoon programming for kids featuring this killer character. Good times. He must have been like, "Ladies, it's time to get back together." Leatherneck. That's isn't that a term for a marine? It's like an actual military term, I think. Or I don't know if military is the right term. It's actual slang was what I meant. Wolverine been in a scrap. Booty beep beep beauty boo. Beauty beep. He may be beat up, but Wolverine's claws are still in shape. Beep beep doo 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 doo. There's a weird coating on this paper. Ink just kind of sits on top. Takes a little while to dry. Wolverine is for sale. Anybody interested? I will run the auction for you. No worries. Just let me know in the chat. I didn't sign this yet. Holy cow. I usually have that broken down by now. Let's see. Well, I still have a Sentinel to draw, so maybe I'll put my name in the Sentinel helmet. Scarlet Spidey in the house. That's you on my front page on my whatnot, right, Scarlet? I guess I didn't get a picture of you with your remark. You got a remark of Scarlet Spidey, and I should have gotten a picture of you with it, but I guess I forgot to do that. We don't want to get too heavy on the blacks because this is some the sentinel head is some distance away, so we want to keep any kind of heavy black shapes, even shapes that are in shadow. I don't want to. I don't want them to be solid black today. We'll leave the solid blacks for the characters in the foreground. So I'm going to do a lot of hatching on this sentinel. We might come close to black, but we won't have 100% black for sure. Be roaming in the house. I gotta send you a text, bud. Your items went out yesterday, but I had a few little bugs with the whatnot process. Nothing, nothing life changing or anything. Just want to confirm a few things. Joe, can't wait to see them. Should I show you some bad prints? The colors are much more vibrant, but there's your carnage. Sick. Here's your Spidey Jammer. And I think he's probably, oh my God. And here's your Dork. I think you saw Dork. We finished that on the stream, right? I added a little more hatching in here just to kind of add some more shadow. That's about it. But I had like hiccups, like Whatnot wouldn't allow me to combine um, all of your items into one single package. Um, so I bundled. So what I did was I kind of overrode the Whatnot process, and I put all three of your sketches in one box, and then I created. I just made an envelope, put a sticker in it, and sent that to satisfy the Whatnot requirements for the second package. But hopefully, maybe you can, when you get a chance, you can share how much you paid for each item, because hopefully you would save money on the envelope. Or if not save money on the envelope, if you have to pay like a minimum rate for the envelope, then maybe you'll save some money on the total weight of of the actual package with the three books inside. Um, if there's a way that we could share that information for the future, that would be great. Um, so Whatnot was getting weird on me this week when I was packaging your guys' stuff. You and you and Tricks. I can't wait for you to see how I'm going to display them. Oh, me either. Definitely send me a pic. What a pain. It's kind of a chore, yeah, and something that should be as simple as packing up some stuff and printing a label became a couple hours worth of work, and in Trix's case, a couple of days worth of correspondence with Whatnot tech support, which was a pain in the nads. But yours, I just kind of, I just worked with the I just worked with the system. It's something I had done before where I'll take a second package and just consider it an envelope and then send all the other items into one package. I think that's safer. Yeah, each one of your sketches went into a top loader. The top loaders were stacked, and then I put cardboard slab on either side of the top loader stack, tape that, and then I put that into a bag and wrap. Actually, I think I wrapped it in bubble wrap, and then I put that in a bag, and put the bag into a box. So ideally, that will be very well packaged and postal proof. I paid shipping twice. First one was 775 and the other was 675. Wow, that seems like a lot. Good to know though. One of those is for an envelope. Not cool. Paid shipping twice over the 5 transactions. So I wonder, you're going to California. I have a feeling that if I had, hmm, hmm, this is good to know. I know that if I had sent it priority mail, that the total of 775 and 675 is roughly comparable to what it would cost to send one package via priority mail. However, Whatnot would not let me send your item by priority mail. Would not allow me to send. It wouldn't allow me to bundle all your items or send priority mail. So I had to send the item via ground. So it seems like my judgment is, I think, in my opinion, you may have paid more than I would like you to have paid. Wonder how we solve that. I think I've successfully, I think I've successfully set my postal settings so that I can send items via priority mail. I think that would be best, considering I don't have a lot of ground packaging. So if I have to go to ground, if I have to buy my own ground packaging, I will, I would have to charge you guys for that. And I'd rather not do that. So I'm thinking send it via priority because I have all the free packaging for that. But we'll see how it goes. Thank you for sharing your numbers. I'll look into that. Something else I wanted to say too. Oh yeah, a lady gave me a website to go to get free ground shipping boxes. So if I can find that website, I will that'll solve some problems too. As much as I would like to minimize shipping costs, I'm not sure it's worth any extra effort. I've never sold anything. Yeah, hard to know. I don't know what the shipping. Um, I know when you buy from me directly, I use a service called Pirate Ship, and it offers discount services. So, that may be something in the future that if you're interested, if you want a commission or something, um, you can just email me. You get a lot of you guys have my email address already. Just kind of email me and let me know what you want. And I think you could probably save on shipping that way. But whatever works for you, you don't get to see me do a live stream of your piece if I'm on my own. I haven't yet learned how to do the live stream on YouTube yet, unless it's hooked up to Whatnot, of course. It just looks like best place for my SIG is down in here. What's this? What is this? Now it's hair time. We gotta put some hair on this guy's arm. Let's run the auction. It'd probably take me about 5 or 10 minutes to put some hair on my man's arm. So let's run this for 5 minutes, and you guys can jump in and watch your own piece get finished up on camera. Cool, man. Oh man, that's so cool, man. You can also use the hair to help with the shading. There's more hair where the shadow is, and less hair where the lighting is. Helps to render the forms. So glad he's calling me back, but his timing sucks. Oh well, I got to order some Cousteau books from Simon and Schuster. That's one of my benefits, I guess, of doing work for them is I can buy books at a discount so I can sell them at shows and such. Just about a minute left before Wolverine auction ends. So if this is something you're interested in grabbing, grab it. I will be on tomorrow. I'm planning to do Thursdays at noon like I usually do. Um, don't have a lot of conventions in the next 4 weeks or so, so I think I can be more regular on my Thursdays again. And I'll pop on Wednesdays too, um, if I get a chance. Okay, Wolverine's complete. Here we go. Final auction, and then I'm probably going to sign off very soon. I've got a lot of miscellaneous things and also new zodiacs to take care of today. So um, grab your Wolverine versus Sentinel commission. Grab your Cyclops pre-done commission. $50 off. $150 opening bid for Cyclops with the classic Jim Lee era costume. My second favorite costume. My third favorite is probably the all black costume, which is a little different and very dark for Cyclops, but it's cool. Get your very own jam piece starter upper. Get me or some of your favorite artists at a convention to fill in all the spaces with Spidey supporting cast members or villains or alternate versions of Spider-Man or artist renditions of the same Spider-Man character, whatever works for you. 30 seconds. Here we go. $50 off. 150. I had a Venom. Excuse me. I had a Venom jam piece, but I sold it in Chicago. This is the only jammer I have left. I'll have to grab another Venom blank and do a Venom jam piece starter upper. They sell pretty steady. I call this little ditty Deadpool projectiles. Here we go. $50 off. Single figure here on the stream is 150 and color is plus 100. It's I consider it an add-on. It's listed as an add-on in the bin. So consistent with that, this is $50 less than asking price, $250. Grab your Deadpool today. Any fans of Spidey 2099? I'm not sure if I have these for auction. I do. Excuse me. This is the travesty. He's a Hulk type character with tentacles on his head, because why not? And he's got our boy Miguel O'Hara, Spidey 2099, by the short hairs. It's on the Edge of the Spider-Verse cover, which they got expensive last time I was looking at Edge of Spider-Verse blanks. TMNT. It's almost a year ago that I did this piece. When we have the Granite State Comic Con, it will be a year because I did this on a Sunday. It was a little quiet, and I thought, hey, there's a lot of fans here that dig the Turtles. Why don't I give it a shot? So I drew this at the show, and I think it's time to. I think it's time to upgrade it and add value to it if it doesn't sell right now. You get to decide who the character is, and for a little bit extra tip, I will draw the weapon of choice associated with the character. about that glare, huh? Also, there's some schmutz on this. I use this top loader comes with me to shows, so it's a little. It's got it's got stuff on it. So I should show you that the stuff and the flakes are not on the book. I should have took it out of the top loader. This top loader needs to be retired. Anything else? I know there's a Remark comic here somewhere. There you are, you little bugger. I didn't draw this comic nor write it, but it is 2099 theme centric. It has an Art Adams cover. Art Adams is pretty badass. And it's 2099 story, so I figured I have the authority to draw Spider-Man 2099 Remark on this one here. No extra charge for the comic itself. I'm not sure of the value of the comic. And it's $20 off what I ask at shows. Or even here, I think my remarks here are 80 bucks as well. So get it for 20 bucks off. Cool. Alrighty then. We're going to sign off for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow, Thursday at noon. I hope you guys have a good night, and I'll see you all tomorrow at noon. Sound good? All right, bye.